Up for sale is my late 2005 Nissan Patrol STS wagon. It's currently set up as a self-contained camper just for two people, and I just wanted to quickly run through what the vehicle's got, what I've done to it, and take a few short videos which I'll compile together and give you an idea of what it can do. Now firstly, the vehicle comes with a rooftop tent, as you can see, and I'll put that up shortly. It's got a side awning. Both the rooftop tent and the side awning have extra mesh rooms that attach to them, which I don't have with me today, but I'll endeavour to try and put on some video of them, or photos on the web of what that looks like set up. It's got an aluminium Rhino roof rack, snorkel, CB, genuine Nissan bar, IPF 900 lights. It's got a brand new winch this year, a 13,000 pound winch that hasn't been used to pull the vehicle out anywhere. It's got brand new tyres all round. In fact, if I zoom in, you'll see they've still got their little knobbly cast marks on them. Interior of the vehicle is in very good condition. We've always had floor mats and seat covers, so the front cabin is fairly much as new condition. There is bubbling to the dash underneath the dash mat, and as per most Nissans of this era, but other than that it's in pretty good condition. It's got a remote handset UHF unit in CB. The vehicle has also had its front hubs replaced with manuals, and they're brand new April this year. On the back of the vehicle there's a dual spare wheel carrier. It's an ARB one that's tow rated to 3.2 tonnes. So in the rear of the Patrol, I've custom made a few extras to make camping a bit easier. There's a 55 litre fridge freezer. It was new January this year. There's custom drawer slides that incorporate a stove, and on the left there's a sink, and I'll show you them in a minute. There's custom made cargo barrier that incorporates a rear shelf and a cage surrounding the fridge. Behind the driver and passenger seat there's a custom made cargo barrier which incorporates space for 4 water drums, and these are all of about 70 litre capacity. One of them is plumbed into the front of the vehicle, running through a heat exchanger, so you can plug in a warm shower head to have a warm shower. One of the other drums is plumbed into the back sink, which has a pressure sensitive pump as soon as you turn it on with a ceramic mixer. So you have water at your sink in the back. The other two are empty, and I've never personally used them, but I suppose if you wanted to go somewhere very remote, there's capacity to have a lot of water. So this is the vehicle with the rooftop tent set up. And it gives you a nice little work area underneath where you can set up your kitchen. work from the fridge, and if the weather's not great, at least it gives you a bit of shelter from the weather. So as I said before, there's a 55 litre fridge freezer. It's on ball bearing slides. It was new this year. It encompasses a digital temperature readout for the battery voltage and the fridge temperature and the freezer temperature, and that's relayed via a wireless signal to a unit that's plugged into the cigarette lighter in the dash. These currently don't have their racks inside, but the fridge is, I believe, 35 litres, and the freezer compartment is 20. Both encompass LED lighting, so you can see what you're doing at night. It comes with a stainless steel case. The silver bubble wrap was added by me just as extra protection and extra insulation up north. Underneath the fridge freezer there's a pull-out Primus gas stove. It unfolds like most camping ones to give you rear and side protection from the wind, so cooking is never a problem. There's also an extra leaf that folds out onto this table to give you a nice workspace, and I'll put this up and be back in. The extra leaf that folds out is just held in place by two threaded screws. Folds out and it's got two adjustable legs, so it doesn't matter if you're on uneven ground. This is with the table folded out. It's just via a hinge and two adjustable legs, so it doesn't matter if it's on uneven ground. And that's secured by a lug on each side, just a threaded bolt, and it's hinged and just folds up, so it's once again it's only a 20-second job and your table is. Next to the fridge and stove I've got a pull-out kitchenette. It's also on ball bearing drawer runners. These runners are all rated at 100 kilos each, so even when the fridge is fully loaded it might weigh up to 50 plus kilos. There's no dramas at all. The tap for the sink is pressurised via a caravan water pump. I've got an extra switch plumbed in just so it can't accidentally switch on whilst you're travelling. You don't have to have that on, you can leave it on all the time and it'll be fine. But it's got a ceramic disc in the mixer, so you can have as little up to quite a high flow. Now that water is supplied from one of the drums I pointed out earlier. The way we have it set up, I've got some of my larger cutlery and knives just in a drawer on the left, and at the back in the rear drawer we've got some cups, plates, fry pan, another pan, and just some cutlery as well. But the drawer there it's more than ample for two people's. On top of the kitchenette there's a false floor. It provides quite a nice big storage area in the back. On each side there's I'm not sure if you can see this, the light's not great. There's a compartment on each side for long items. And there's another one just to the right of the fridge that is almost a mirror image. The shelf above the fridge is quite useful. We used a lot of octopus straps to tie things down so they didn't jiggle around, and it worked very well. Accessed from the back door, the false floor continues. All of these panels are removable, and it provides quite a nice storage area underneath. There's three separate compartments for this rear section, and as you can see, there's the high pressure water pump for the sink. Underneath the driver's seat, there's a custom-made fuse box. All peripheral electrical items that have been added to the car have been fused through this, so none of the original's wiring has been tapped into. The power is a separate feed straight from the second battery, which I'll get to shortly. Underneath the driver's seat, I'm not sure if I can show it, I have a permanently mounted 150 litre a minute air compressor. This is the rear view of the twin cylinder air compressor. It's currently got an expanded curly hose on, so you can get to all the wheels without any problems at all. It's got an inbuilt gauge, inbuilt deflation meter if you want to use that. At the front of the vehicle, and I'll get to this shortly, I've made a panel, an outlet panel. So there's extra power, 12 volt power here if you need it. There's also a system I've got set up for a hot water shower that runs through a heat exchanger that's mounted under the bonnet. In the engine bay, you can see it's got a dual battery setup. I have an extra isolation switch that I'm pointing to now. That's a 500 amp continuous switch which isolates the winch. So the winch, unless this is turned on, the winch has no power, so no one can muck around with your winch unless they get into the engine bay. The winch comes with a wireless control module. It's also got a 4 metre cord. The wireless function makes it nice and easy. No wires to get tangled. Just behind the second battery, there's a plate heat exchanger. It runs off the water temperature of the engine. And what I've got here is just a tap, so you can adjust the amount of hot water that's actually flowing through it. It's very efficient, and at the moment it's in the closed position. And when I hook up the shower, what we found is you really only need it open probably about 30 degrees. Anything past that and the water comes out, it's a bit too hot. But it's got the capacity of almost boiling water, so if you did want hot water for the dishes, at least it's available just at the turn of a tap, as long as your engine's warm. Back at the front of the vehicle, this is a panel I've installed. So this is the outlet for the water system that comes through the heat exchanger. At the moment I've got this heat exchanger turned off, so there's no engine water running through it, so this water is just cold. The way I've had it plumbed in, it's a secondary water supply and tap if you want to wash your hands. This is just a Nitto quick release fitting, so it's nice and easy. You don't have to have this in the vehicle all the time. Just under gravity, the flow rate is quite nice. I've got an extra switch here which actually turns on the pump inside the tank, and as you can see, the flow rate dramatically increases. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's really useful. If you just want to wash your hands, just quickly fit the tap, wash your hands, and it's as easy as taking that off and you're away again. So this is the main reason I hooked this panel up, and it was to attach a nice quick easy shower point that you can have a warm shower anywhere. I've just got a shower rose with a switch in the handle which replaces the yellow switch you saw earlier. And it's just a basic camping shower rose, which has you can adjust the flow rate. This is just under gravity, and if I turn the switch on, you can see it's more than ample for a nice shower. And obviously, if it's running through the heat exchanger, you can adjust this to any temperature you like. The vehicle's been raised 2 inches, has Pedders springs and shocks all round. It's got a new steering damper as of April this year. In the back suspension there's poly airbags, which allows you to adjust for differing weights you've got in the rear. You can pump that up to, I believe it's 35 psi, and each side has its own Schrader type valve just on each side of the rear bar. As for the tent itself, you climb up this aluminium concertina type ladder. The tent's quite spacious. It's the same width as a queen size bed, and it's slightly longer. It's fully insect screened, none of which have rips. It's got extra windows on the inside, so even if you've got the outer flaps open or they fly off, you can adjust how much privacy or airflow you want. So both front, back doors and the sides. There's storage pockets on the inside, and the mattress is I think it's a 3-inch thick mattress. 160 watt solar array comes with the package. It's 2 80-watt panels that are hinged together, been professionally wired, has a 20 amp solar regulator, so your batteries won't overcharge, and conversely if the light drops off, it's got a reverse current protection, so your batteries won't get drained. In full sun like we are today, this produces about 9.5 amps, more than enough to cope with what you've got on board. The fridge, when it's taking full power, uses just over 4 amps, but as long as you keep it stocked and filled to the brim, it doesn't cycle very much. Even without the solar array, you should be able to stay for a few days in one spot without setting this up. It's all been